Hello? Oh, hi, darling.
Half a world away, another day. So let's go play on the moon. It's a starry place. We embrace the space while we're miles away on the moon.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of On the Other Line. I am your host, Kelly Keegs, and we're sitting here today. It's a lovely Tuesday. It'll be Wednesday in your ears, but there's a lot going on the past week that I'm going to dive into in a minute. This episode is going to be a lot about voicemails and people that have written into me and just want to chit-chat about different topics, just want to chit-chat about different things, some advice, some things that they just want to address. We have a couple of juicy stories to get into, so I'm excited for all of that. Before we get into all that, Gia, how you doing today?
I'm good.
What's going on? How you feeling? I feel like this is
I'm
a little bit of a better
sick.
week.
Yeah,
You're
better
sick,
week.
not feeling good?
But I have like a sore throat. But besides
Damn
that,
it.
everything's like okay.
It's all right,
Yeah.
right? The
I can't
baseline
ask
is a
for
lot
much.
better.
Yeah.
The baseline feels a lot better.
Baseline feels a lot better.
And I'm feeling like I'm taking it on as a personal quest, a personal vendetta against this Mars retrograde. I just think I don't accept it. So I think I'm just going to not, I know that we talked about it last week, but I think I'm just going to not accept that it's happening or that it's a real thing because I just can't, it's too much weight, you know?
Yeah, agreed.
Starting off on a somber note though, rest in peace to Aaron Carter. Oh my God.
I know.
Fucking sad. So sad.
I mean,
I'm devastated.
It is so upsetting.
34.
He just was really going through it.
He was really going through it. He's been going through it forever. The thing about Aaron Carter is he obviously was a child star, as were most of the Carter children. If you look up the Carter children, there are 7 of them. Another one of their children, an older sister to Aaron, already has passed away before due to a drug overdose type situation, which is heartbreaking also.
I didn't know that.
And and I believe the same sister who he kind of credited to having him or getting him addicted to huffing, which is like seems to be what was the issue. And obviously this is so morbid, this is so sad, but I feel so terrible for the family. I feel really bad for Nick Carter. I feel really bad for everyone who's watched him on this journey. He has been on like Dr. Drew, right? I think like the celebrity rehab situations. Like he's been on a lot of shows that encourage someone to grow and change and kind of live through or learn to live with an addiction, things like that. And I don't know if maybe being in the public eye while going through all of these changes and, trying to change his life around was good or bad for him. But it just seems, it's just fucking sad. It's just like we've known all of his business and it's really sad to see like.
Did you see that his parents like stole all of his money from him?
Yes, I think I knew that. So fucked up. Yeah, his
like
parents are like
supposed to
fucked
have
up.
like $20 million and like he only was like worth like $2 million or something like that.
That's so fucked.
Yeah.
That's so fucked.
So sad.
Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, he has a son, Prince, I believe is the child's name. I'm not actually sure if it's a son, but I think it is based on the name maybe. I don't know. And Nick Carter also, along with the Backstreet Boys, the same day basically, like maybe 24 hours later, maybe barely, whatever, they were doing a concert in London and did a tribute to Aaron. They played Breathe for him.
Okay.
And like Kevin let it off and was like, a member of our family died, like not just Nick's brother, like this is our like Backstreet family, like blah blah blah, this one's for him. And they all kind of sang around it. Nick didn't really sing, he just kind of cried. And I mean, it's awful. It's heartbreaking.
It's terrible.
Like, what do you do? Especially because I saw people online being like, Nick Carter and Aaron Carter didn't even get along. I'm like, they're
doesn't
family.
matter.
It doesn't matter
exactly
if you get along or not. They're family. They obviously spoke to each other.
Yeah.
They were by each other. Nick was always by his side whenever he was going through, these treatments, going through everything. Like he was there. He would show up. He would talk to him. Tough love, real love, whatever it needed to be. He was always there. So it's just heartbreaking. So sad.
Totally.
Had to bring it up. Aaron Carter, what a moment from my life. Aaron Carter on that motherfucking Lizzie McGuire episode.
I know.
Oh
that
my
had
God,
every
forget
girl
it.
going crazy.
Forget
literally.
it. She posted a really nice thing. Hillary Duff posted this thing that was like, sorry that I'm sorry that you couldn't find what you needed on Earth and blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's
really
very
sad. Sad as fuck.
Very, very sad.
Another sad thing. It's not really sad. This one's more weird as fuck. Did you see everybody's talking shit about Jessica Simpson right now?
Because of that, like
because of it's like a Pottery Barn Kids.
Yeah, right.
She did like a Pottery Barn Kids ad on our Instagram. It's just a little video, just like a sponsored post. Like you see every fucking celebrity
Yeah.
do. She posts this, and people are saying that she looks not okay. Like they're like, oh, she's talking too slow. She's not moving correctly. Blah blah blah. I'm like, really? Are we? That's what we're picking apart.
It's just.
Are
I
we
feel like
gonna
she
blame?
can't do anything
She
without
can't
people being
do
like
anything.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy, and I don't understand where like the disrespect for Jessica Simpson came from. Like I know all celebrities get hate, all celebrities get all the drama, whatever. But Jessica Simpson's just been wonderful from like beginning to end.
Yeah.
She's like unproblematic as far as I know. And
Yeah.
people just are always on her ass about her weight, and she's lost a ton of weight. Like it looks very thin right now. But she also wrote in a post that was like clapping back to the haters, basically like I gave up drinking 5 years ago, and you know I'm in a better place, and I feel like I don't need to like revert to that to
Yeah.
get over this, and you know I'm just gonna ignore the negativity and whatever. And I commend her for that, because what the fuck, like what are we
Yeah,
what are we
I feel
talking
like
about? People were like implying she had a stroke and stuff. I'm like, get over it. Like
she just has
it's an
always
Instagram
been
ad.
like someone that people like to attack.
Yeah.
Since she like became famous, I don't know what it is. Maybe because she like
People are
was
jealous,
a little.
probably.
Yeah, exactly.
She was so
exactly.
pretty.
She,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like she was gorgeous.
She's
She
like
was
one of the
married
first
to
people
Nick
that you can
Lachey.
think
She
of.
was, yeah.
Like back in the day, that was like so like she was curvy and
Yep.
beautiful and like
Mhm.
sexy and owned her body.
Mhm.
So I think people hated her for that.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. So leave Jessica Simpson alone. If you are, you know, trying to talk shit to her, leave her alone. Next, we have Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez documentary.
Did you watch?
I did watch. I watched the other day.
I'm curious to know your thoughts.
So the reason I'm even bringing it up, it was fine. It was a fine documentary. It was good.
Yeah.
I was surprised that it was only like an hour and a half documentary. I, for some reason, thought it was going to be like a whole 5-part series. Like
Same.
everything I heard about it was like, she's been filming it for 5 years and
Yep.
whatever. Maybe
Yep.
there's more to it coming out, but not that I
Yep.
know of.
Yeah.
What is it called? My Mind and Me,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. It's on Apple TV Plus, and I watched it. I liked it. I love Selena. I think that I don't know. Like I've never really had a problem with her. I think that sometimes she ignores things in the media that she like could address. Like honestly, that whole Hailey Bieber stuff. Like I feel like when Hailey Bieber went on to Call Her Daddy with Alex Cooper, and Alex Cooper made the joke, like I feel like just one like kiss emoji or heart emoji on your TikTok could like solve the whole problem, like the whole beef with the fans between you two. And I agreed with that. I was like, yeah, I mean, she's watching this girl get fucking pummeled for like the past situations, especially in this documentary where they didn't directly address the Justin Bieber stuff, but they were often like showing flashes of article titles and headlines, whatever.
I know.
And they showed like a lot of the Bieber stuff, and
That's
they
what I
implied it
didn't
heavily. Me neither. And so I was like, okay, in my head, Selena Gomez is talking about what a horrible time the media put her through when she dated Justin Bieber. Now, after she's, on the rise, she's doing great, seems to be doing great. She wrote the Lose You to Love Me song, and then it just became a whole new rebirth for her. After that, Justin Bieber is now with Hailey Bieber, and she's watching from afar Hailey Bieber get the same kind of bullshit that she got, probably worse, to be honest, and just did nothing about it. So that still kind of rubs me the wrong way. Until recently, obviously. They took photos together recently, like, what are you supposed to do, whatever, but like,
Right.
I don't know. So that always is kind of in my head. But the reason I'm even bringing this up is I saw a quote taken from an article, I'm not even sure where someone was asking her basically about like her celebrity friends, like who are your celeb friends, blah, blah,
Right.
blah. And she said, Taylor Swift. She was like, I'm not really friends with like the cool girl celebrities. She specifically said celebrities, and then was like, Taylor Swift's pretty much my only friend in the industry, which makes sense. She's not really hanging out with other celebs. I
Right.
don't really see her with anybody else. And actually, no, I did see her with Nicola Peltz Beckham and
I know.
Brooklyn
Yeah, I
Beckham.
just
What
saw
was
that. She
Like,
posted a TikTok with them. I don't know.
I want to be friends with Nicola and Brooklyn so fucking bad. They look like they live like the most
I
ridiculous
know.
life. Like
I've
they
heard
just
that she's awful. I mean,
Really?
Just like I've seen.
I
there's
like
so many
could see that
rumors,
though.
so
Like
many
I could
rumors.
see that she like isn't
Yeah.
great, but they're just so absurd. Like they
Yeah,
just
they're
like
very
what
funny.
they have a weird like
They
weird
definitely,
slumber
like, live in
parties
their own
and
world,
yeah, they
like-
like live in a castle and like
Yeah.
do and like play dress up and stuff. Like that's how I feel they live their life, which I am down for. But so she barely has celebrity friends, whatever. The girl who, and I don't know her name, I'm sorry. Francia.
Yeah.
The girl who gave her, Selena, a kidney a while ago. How many years ago now was that?
I want to say that was like 20. 2017,
Okay.
2018.
So that's a while ago.
maybe?
That's a while ago.
It was
Allegedly,
before COVID.
It was before COVID, and also
Yeah.
like allegedly during the time of this filming. Like that's what we're saying. Like I'm unclear about when this documentary was filmed because
I'm gonna look it up.
they kept like changing it. I don't know. Like I kept hearing 5 years ago, like 5 years of time it's been put together. And in that case, it's weird that she didn't mention at all in the entire documentary the kidney thing because she didn't. And I expected like some kidney time.
2017.
2017. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe it was like after that she started this doc.
Yeah.
I don't know. Regardless, she didn't mention her at all.
Yeah. What?
Which I mean, like I said, if she's not including the kidney stuff at all, it makes sense. Why would she mention her? Like it's not like she's
Yeah.
and is she a celebrity of her own?
Yeah, she's
who is
been
she?
in like she was in like one of those CW I don't know if it was Secret Life of American Teenager,
Oh,
something along
okay.
those lines, but she was like she's a TV actress.
Okay. So this
But-
girl's like ego is hurt basically. Like she got mad because Selena said that out of context comment about Taylor Swift being like she's my only friend in the industry, and she commented Francia commented on like whatever post it was, like E! News or something, that was like interesting.
Yeah.
As if, hey bitch, I am also your friend in the industry. I gave you fucking kidney.
I know. I would
But
be
we're comparing her to Taylor Swift. Like she's talking about celebrities. This girl Francia,
Yeah.
in my mind, not that's not like a friend in the industry. Like that's just your friend. That's just a
Yeah.
regular friend.
Yeah.
I wouldn't classify her as like friend in the industry
Yeah.
because I don't know who she is. Like maybe I'm being mean, but like come
Yeah.
on. Like that's you got to know what
I
you're
don't know.
talking
I
about.
would be pretty pissed off.
I would be pissed to not be mentioned at all
Yeah.
in that documentary. From that quote though,
Right.
I'm not like taking personal offense. Like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're the only person you're friends with is Taylor Swift.
Have
it's
you
like
seen
obviously you're
that
friends with me.
Clip of it was like going viral on my TikTok, but it's
Yeah, yeah.
Franzia and she's talking about when they found out that she was a match and
Yeah.
the doctor like told Selena first. So Selena like and like Franzia like still didn't really make the decision if she
Oh
wanted
no,
to do it or not.
I don't like that.
So Selena like called her and was like, "Yay, like we're a match. Like this is so great." So Francia was kind of like, "Oh, like shit. Like now I kind of have to."
Fuck.
Yeah. I know, which kind of put things like
That I don't
more
like.
into perspective
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me.
yeah. That's actually crazy.
So to me, it kind of seemed like, I mean, obviously this is all just speculation,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
from that, I was like, oh shit, did Selena kind of like guilt her into like,
sounds like it a
and
little bit
now
from that
she's
perspective.
kind of like it's a slap in the face to be like, what,
Yeah.
no mention in anything, because she
Yeah.
talks about her lupus a lot.
She does
in
talk about the lupus a lot.
documentary, but nothing.
It was
about
weird that she
having
never
a
said
kidney
anything about the
transplant.
kidney. Yeah.
Kidney transplant is like
It's a
a
big deal. It's a huge life
huge
event.
life
Yes, that's what I'm
event.
saying. Like
Yeah.
maybe she decided like everything I'm talking about is going to be how I'm dealing with it after the fact. Like
Yeah.
it's so bizarre that
It
she
was-
didn't talk about
I just
the surgery
yeah,
at all.
I
It
felt
is
like there
weird.
was a lot of things that she just kind of just left unsaid.
Totally, which is again why I was like, are we getting
Yeah.
more parts to this?
I
'Cause this is
know.
crazy. Like we're missing so much.
Yeah.
Like there's just
It was just like about her trip to Kenya.
yeah,
and
right. Like it was all
was
about
just
it was
like,
her trip to
okay.
Kenya and how she was miserable when she came back from her trip to Kenya and how she still seems miserable. Like
Yeah.
she doesn't seem happy at all. Like
Yeah.
nothing about the documentary left me feeling like Selena Gomez is in a good place. Like I just
I
don't
completely agree.
feel like that. And like and I
yeah.
think that I respect how hard it is for her to like do what she does.
Yeah.
All those clips of her like getting her makeup done when she's half asleep. Like
Yeah.
that was weird. Like I just was like, let the girl sleep. I don't know.
she seems
I
so
could never
tired.
be that. Like I would be like, I need to fucking sleep. I need everyone to get out of here. Like
I know.
I would be so rude to everyone around me if I was tired. But yeah, I don't know. It
Wait,
just
well,
it was
last
weird.
thing. What did you think about people were saying that her friend Raquel is like a bad friend?
I
I kind of saw it as the opposite.
I saw the complete opposite. People were saying she was a bad friend. I was like, I don't think she's a bad friend. I think she's like a real friend. Like,
Exactly.
she's not. What bothers me so much. I don't know, I'm glad that you said that because it reminded me of this other thing. In that documentary, and often with celebrities, I feel like the people that are around them, they're like publicists, the Klingons that are like have to be around them all the time. Not necessarily friends, but definitely like work for them too. They all, I think, make like an anxiety situation worse. Like for example, Selena was coming into a room and they're about to like do a rundown of like the upcoming show or an interview or whatever. As they started the conversation, Selena was like, sorry guys, you're gonna kill me. Like I need to step out of the room. Like she was just freaking out. She was like having an anxiety
Yeah.
attack, like whatever, just panicking. Fine. Needed a minute. Not a big deal.
yeah.
the minute she starts to leave the room, it all goes silent. Everyone's looking at each other like, oh shit.
Yeah.
She leaves the room and everyone's like, oh, I think it's just the stress of this meeting. Like she's just, there's a lot of things that are stressing her out and she's just stressed and like she'll be fine. Like it's just the stress. And to me, it's like
No
you're all
sympathy.
helicopter hovering and
Yeah.
making this worse. Like relax. Like lessen the severity of the situation and it will get better.
Yeah.
Like everybody floating around being like, oh my God, Selena Gomez is anxious right now.
Yeah.
Like it's just, it makes it crazy
it
and
seemed
worse.
like she
It's
had
bizarre.
way too many people around her at
Way
all
too many
times.
people. I would be like, get the fuck away from me. Truly. I'd be like, this is too many. I need like
Yeah.
maximum 2. That's
Right.
even too many sometimes.
I
You know what I
know.
mean? And I feel like
your publicist, a friend, and like
Right.
maybe like a family member.
exactly. And Raquel, I felt, was the only person who wasn't treating Selena like she was this like, this like fragile, crazy bitch that she needed to kind of walk on eggshells around. She just was like, hey, like you got to tell me the truth here. The way you're acting here looks like XYZ. I don't know. Like I
Yeah.
can't think of a specific examples, but
I
she,
completely
I thought
agree.
was a good friend, and I fucking died laughing, and I screen recorded the part of it on the TV when they're all waiting in like a hotel room or something and Raquel walks in and she walks in, like glances at Selena and just
Yeah.
like basically rolls her eyes and keeps walking.
In
And Selena's
Selena's
like,
face.
hey Raquel.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I killed me. It was so funny.
I know.
And like Raquel just walked in like feeling herself with like leather pants. It was just,
Yeah.
it was hilarious. So I think that she is a fine friend. I will say, I think it's a little toxic the other way. I think that Selena is very dependent on Raquel, and I think that Raquel, she can't go anywhere. It's
Yeah.
like, what is she gonna do? So I think that she needs to be honest and stick up for herself and stick up for like, not get the wool pulled over her eyes and not get blinded by the bright lights of celebrity. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
think it's important for her to stay grounded because it does seem like Selena leans on her for a lot more than just like friendship. Like I
Right.
think it's very I don't know, codependent a little bit.
Yeah.
More so from Selena's side. But again, yeah, like sometimes you need somebody like that, especially when you're so famous. What I've gathered from watching all these documentaries and seeing all these interviews with famous people is that the more famous you are, the less you feel like a real person and the more alone you feel. Like, what's her face? Taylor Swift said it the other day. Taylor Swift said it the other day. She was talking about Antihero, I think, or the video or something, and she said something like, lately something I've been struggling with is feeling like a real person. And she was like, don't feel bad for me. Like, no, I'm not
Right.
saying like feel bad for me, but
Yeah.
like it's gotten to the point where am I a person or am I on this earth to, entertain? Like am I a
Right.
clown basically? So I think that I don't know. Best of luck to Selena.
Yeah, I know. It
Or
just
what the hell is
seems
going
like
on
she
with
like
her.
just doesn't really want to be famous anymore.
It really does seem like that.
And
Yeah.
she should maybe just take some time out of the spotlight.
She
I
could just
feel
chill.
like.
Right.
Yeah.
She hasn't written. When's the last time she didn't write music in a long
She
time?
just had a song come out with the documentary on Friday
Oh, yeah,
called
sorry.
My Mind and Me.
Yeah. I haven't listened to it.
Wasn't that good?
Oh no.
No, I didn't like
Yeah, I'm
it.
not shocked by that.
Yeah.
I feel like like Lose You to Love Me was such a
That was such a
ballad,
good
like such a
song.
moment for
And,
her.
and then she was like, "Oh, this song is like about like anything you want it to be, like
Please, yeah.
tiptoeing around it." It's like, just say it.
It's it's a
Just
breakup song.
Say it.
It's your
Like,
breakup song?
It's about the breakup. Like, why are we tiptoeing around it using
know.
these news blurbs?
I know.
It's like, yes, you don't want that story to be like who you are, and you kind of want to leave it in the past, but
Yeah.
you have to address it.
But this is the moment that you're leaving it. This is
It-
you
it's like,
saying,
this is the
hey,
time to
I'm leaving it in
end
the
it.
past. Here's
Yeah.
a song about it.
Yeah.
And now let's move forward.
Yeah.
Like, what's so crazy about, like,
Yeah.
here's a mysterious song
I
that
know.
symbolizes me moving forward in my life and
Like,
growing.
we
It's
all
like,
know.
relax.
Just say it.
Yeah, it's beyond.
Yeah.
Beyond. Well, all right. So Selena, like I said, good luck. I don't know. You're fine. Like Taylor Swift's your bestie, so by proxy, I'm your bestie too. Speaking of besties, not really speaking of besties, but Chris Evans, sexiest man alive.
I mean,
Congratulations.
the sky is blue. The grass is green.
Bravo. Yeah, exactly. Like what a man. What a man.
He is the sexiest
I
man alive.
love him. He really is. And
He
I'm
just
surprised he's
seems
not
like a
been it
good
before, but it feels
guy.
like a good time for him to be it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
said
was
that. I'm like,
shocked
he's a good
though
guy.
because I felt like it was going to be Miles Teller.
Oh, it could have been Miles
I feel
Teller.
like this year was a comeback
Top
year for
Gun
Miles
year.
Teller. Like people were like, "Oh wait,
Yeah.
he's hot."
Taylor Swift's music video.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's just been
Which I
having
watch
a
all the
good
time.
year. Either him or I thought it might have been Matt whatever from House of the Dragon.
Oh,
Matt
Matt
Smith.
Smith. Oh, I love him too.
Yeah, because he's kind of having a resurgence.
He
as
really
well.
is. Who is he? He's somebody
He's
else.
Doctor. Is he? No, he's not Doctor. Whatever. But he's in some other show. Let me look it up. It's gonna annoy me.
I know it's killing
he,
me
like,
too. Matt Smith.
He's not Sherlock Holmes. Wait, what
I
is
want
his?
to. I almost want to say he's in Harry Potter somehow. I feel like I looked it up the other day.
Easily could be. Oh, Doctor Who. He played Doctor Who.
Oh, okay.
But he was in The Crown. He played
the Crown,
yes,
Charles.
Prince
He's
Philip.
Philip.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
Philip.
yeah.
Early days, Philip. Duh,
Yes,
fucking duh. Okay,
yes,
so yeah, British.
yes.
Get all my British shows.
Yeah.
British shows.
But
on
yeah,
point.
I thought it was gonna be either
Yeah.
or.
He, I think, has some time. Matt Smith. I
yeah,
feel like
that's true.
he could.
He's on the up and up.
He's on the up and up
Yeah.
for sure. Miles Teller. That's a good.
Yeah, I
that's
really
a
thought
bit
it
of a
was gonna
snub.
be him.
Bit of a snub.
I know.
There's always
but
next year.
Chris Evans.
Do you think he's
deserves it.
maybe like in the list? Like, you know, like Chris Evans
Oh,
is, the,
yeah.
is the one, you know,
Yeah,
but then
I'm
there's
sure
always the
Miles
list of
Teller's
people.
somewhere
Miles
in
Teller's
there,
got to be
yeah,
on it. I know
yeah.
Brooklyn Beckham's on it. Speaking of Beckham's again, I saw his little interview that was like talking about his dad. His dad had become the sexiest man alive, like I don't know when, years ago, and he was going through like the magazine of the time and was like, oh, and he was laughing. He's like, oh, here's a page dedicated to all of his different hairstyles, and it's like it's so funny. He's like,
Yeah.
I love my dad. It's
Yeah.
awesome. I emulated his style for a long time. Now I
Yeah.
just try to be like myself. And,
Yeah.
and he's still a sexy man. So it works out for him. Works out for everybody on that list, but especially for Chris Evans.
Yeah, I love him.
because, God save. Mwah. Oh,
He's
my
just
God.
a gem. He's truly just a gem.
He's so hot. I
Yeah.
wrote a blog about it, and I referenced briefly, lest we forget, his leaked dick pic. He leaked his own
Oh,
dick pic.
yeah.
People forgot.
Well, what did he
Feels
say?
pervy to talk
in
about
one
it,
of
but-
and one of the pictures, he's like, "I'm gonna guard that pussy." or,
Something like that.
what-
Yeah. Like, I can't wait to guard that pussy. Or like,
yeah.
whoa, my God, I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad you said. I forgot all about that.
I know. He
Chris
said something
Evans.
like "protect that pussy" or something.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
So fucking
Guard.
funny.
Guard that pussy. I don't
Yeah.
know, but you're so right. What is wrong with Google? Is being weird right now. It's asking me to say I'm not a robot, and I'm like, what? Like I'm just Googling on my phone. What the
Yeah,
hell?
he accidentally
Do you see this?
posted.
I can't Google anything right
He
now.
accidentally posted his camera roll.
Yeah, his camera roll, and there's a dick pic on there.
And it was like a meme of him, and he had
Yeah.
it saved on his phone that said "guard that pussy," which is hilarious. 'cause
amazing.
he probably just saw it, thought it was absolutely
Totally.
hilarious. And was like,
Totally.
I need to send this to my friends.
Completely, which is just it's
so
fantastic.
funny. Yeah,
He's so funny. He's so funny.
yeah. This
Let me see.
guard.
yeah. I'm gonna retweet that later.
It's so
Holy shit, I
funny.
forgot all about that. So yeah, again, congratulations to him. We love him. He's fantastic. Guard that pussy. You can guard my pussy all day. Chris Evans, slay the day away. Two last things before we get into voicemails and get into those conversations. One, on sale today, Wednesday. Tickets to the live event in Boston. All my Boston people. I know Boston people are a little sour on me because sometimes I talk shit about the city, but like I'm coming back. I'm trying to make new memories there. We are doing a live show in Boston at the House of Blues for the Dozen. It's going to be a trivia tournament, and I'm telling you something right now. If you love me or like me even a little bit, get a ticket and go to this thing, because I'll tell you what, the team that I'm playing against, full of monsters, okay, who are in advance telling people that they want to boo me out of the building, boo me off the stage, and I refuse to have that. I refuse to be booed off the stage.
Rude
First of all,
and mean.
I'll just soak in the booze, like as if I'll ever be booed out of a single building. Like, you're gonna have to drag me
Just
by my
picture
fucking
yourself
feet.
as Taylor Swift 2016.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I will soon know what Taylor went through once this
Karma.
happens. Yeah, Karma is my boyfriend.
Yeah.
So I know that it's going to be fine.
Mhm.
But if you are in the Boston area, please come out, support. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be a really good time. Jeff D. Lowe's the host, obviously. We've got Dave Portnoy is going to be there in the building. We've got Frank at the Frankettes. We have the Misfits and, the other team. I really don't even know the name of their team. It's Kirk Minahan's team, but I don't know
I'm
the name
pretty
of the
sure
team.
they're called Team Minahan.
Oh, okay. Well, we're over it. So that's the team I'm up against, and hopefully we win. I'm going to study up in the meantime. So go ahead, look for the tickets. It will be November 29th is the date of the live show. So come attend, have a good time. That's number one. Number two, right now in the store still, probably for a little while longer, I think it was about 24 hours, ugly Christmas sweaters are on sale at the Barstool Sports store. They're 20% off. Go run quick because it's ending now. It's ending soon. Today is Wednesday, like I said. But I personally have 2 sweaters on sale. They're both I have to be careful about my words. They are holiday sweaters that say Happy Christmas, inspired by one of my favorite movies and books about a boy wizard. And that's what they are.
And that's all I can say.
And that's
about
all
that.
I can say
Yeah.
about that. So go ahead and get yourself some ugly Christmas sweaters. There's a lot of really good ones throughout the whole office. The chicks in the office have some hilarious ones too.
Yeah.
They have.
I like the sleigh.
I love
one.
the sleigh one.
Yeah.
It's like a naughty Mrs. Claus, and it says sleigh written out SLEIGH. And then there's another one. Pete Davidson stealing Mrs. Claus. Love that shit. It's hilarious. So go ahead and check out the whole store. Get them for yourself, just in time for all of your holiday parties. Okay. Now, Gia, let us
Ready.
get into the voicemails. You guys fucking crushed these voicemails. I was like over the moon, overjoyed. The substance, fantastic. The amount, fantastic. And we're gonna play them all. There are 6. We're gonna play them all because I'm just happy that you guys wanted to do this. I would love to do this all the time. I know that I'm not pushing voicemails as often as I used to, but we would love to play voicemails as often as they are. So get some inspiration while we're playing these, and we can move forward in the future with them. So first, let's talk about Nick Cannon, who is on my list. I forget. I couldn't remember if we talked about him last week or not, to be honest.
No, we did not.
That happened at the end of the week last week. Nick Cannon is having another fucking baby. So I don't even know. But this girl,
He needs a vasectomy.
yeah, he really does. This girl has some thoughts.
Hello, Miss Kelly Keith. This is Danica from Wisconsin here. And this is not relevant to any poetry or any conversation that you've been having. But I need someone to bring up the fact that Nick Cannon is creating his own light cult. This man's on baby number 11, I think, and it just came out that he is now pregnant with another. And yes, I'm saying he is now pregnant with another. Something's going on. Something suspicious is happening. And I just need to know if anybody else is aware that this man is popping out children faster than I popped this. Like, actually on God. Like, someone needs to have a conversation about this. I need to know your thoughts because there's no way they're good. There's no way they're good.
No, she's correct. My thoughts are not good. My thoughts are concerned. I'm extremely
creating an
concerned.
army.
He's creating an army. I heard that Nick Cannon thinks in the same vein as like Elon Musk, where he's like, have as many kids as possible, repopulate the earth. Like, people aren't having kids, so I need to like spread my seed as far as possible. Several questions for Nick Cannon. One, how are you going to afford all these fucking kids? That's the
I
number
know.
one
He's not really doing
question.
much right now, is he?
He's not.
Yeah.
Like, he's wilding out, right? I
Yeah.
said that. I hope I'm right. But the that show, I haven't watched that show in I don't even know how many years. Not even positive it's still on. I don't know what is the future for it? What is the growth factor? How much money is Nick Cannon making? But he's got 11
I guess
kids.
he does. He actually hosts a lot of stuff.
What else does he host?
America's Got Talent.
Oh,
The
okay,
Masked
that's a good
Singer.
one. Oh, fuck. Okay,
and
okay.
Lip Sync Battle Shorties.
Oh, Lip Sync Battle was a good show. I
Is
didn't
that
know it was
not
still
on
on. I
anymore?
don't know, but that was a good show. I
Yeah.
forgot that Nick Cannon hosted it.
That's funny because
Masked Singer. That's a good one. That's a relevant one that people watch.
yeah, Masked Singer is
Yeah.
like big.
Yeah.
When you know how when you look up something and then it's like the questions.
yeah.
Why is Nick Cannon having so many children? How many kids did Nick Cannon have in 2022?
Oh my
How
God.
much is Nick Cannon currently worth? How many babies does Nick Cannon have on the way?
Come on.
It's
Like,
just
it's too many. How much is he worth, though? Click that one. See what it says.
This is approximately 20 million.
20 million. I mean, again, yes, that's rich.
Yeah.
He's 20 million. That's certainly rich. But with 11 children and child support forever and just like taking care of all these kids, like, I don't know, maybe he'll just like live modestly and be able to provide for these people. Like, he's just so famous in my head, you
Yeah.
know, that I can't imagine he's like a, a couponer or like a budget guy. Like, is
Yeah,
he,
maybe he's like just like investing. Like,
Maybe.
he has like a lot of money saved.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just so many children. It's so many children. The
I
one
know,
that
and
the
it's
11th,
just sad because you can't be a good
right?
like father or a mother. It's like if
completely.
no matter what your role is, it's like 11 kids. It's so hard to give
How
each
do you
one of those
split your
kids.
time? Right.
Exactly.
How do you split your time between all those
Exactly.
children? And it's I think it's 3 different baby mamas at this point, maybe more.
Is it not more?
2 of them are with one girl I know.
With Mariah Carey, he has 3, right?
He has 3 with Mariah. He has 2. This new baby is the second with another girl. Yeah, you look it up. I don't know what the hell is going on with my Google right now. Something is not right.
6.
6 baby mamas. Oh my fucking
But this is from
God. Imagine having to deal with 6 bitches and all their different ways of parenting
Yeah.
and like how they like none of these kids are going to be the same. You know what I mean? Like
6
they just all are
women.
going to have the most different lives of all time,
Yeah.
especially like the Mariah kids. Oh my God.
I know.
Like what they're like imagine being in a family where there's like a hierarchy, like a what's it called when people are like rich and poor and not hierarchy, but like, you know what I'm talking about? I can't think of I
I don't know.
can't think of what the name is called.
Bourgeoisie.
Yeah, like whatever. Like, you know what I'm talking about. Fill in the blank with that. Where there's like a ranking order of like richness and poorness. Like the Mariah
caste system.
kind of, yeah.
Like
Like
in
basically
India?
like a yeah. But what the hell?
Yeah, I don't know.
Class
class
system.
system?
There are different classes in your
Yeah.
own family.
Yeah.
Like there are the rich of the rich, which are Nick Cannon and Mariah Carey's kids. Like they're the richest kids in the world probably.
Yeah.
And then there's whoever these new random people are who
Yeah.
are just kind of like
I
you
think
know
they're
nobody's.
all like models.
Yeah, like models. That's nice, but like
Yeah.
you're not Mariah fucking Carey.
Yeah, no.
Like imagine your half sibling is like a billionaire. Like that's crazy to me. That's
Yeah.
crazy to me, and it's out of control. And no, I don't think it's good. I think it's crazy. I think that Nick Cannon just. I don't know. He must like get off on it. Like he must think it's hot
I
to
know.
impregnate women.
That's what I
like,
think so too.
I don't know. It's
yeah,
just it's
which
weird.
is kind of weird and just
Weird.
gross.
Yeah, I hate it. Okay. Speaking of sex, let's get into our next one. This one I have dubbed Not a Virgin.
Hi, Kelly. I'm calling in today more to rant, but also maybe to get your input. But there has been a pattern where I'm talking to a guy and, like, we have a few drinks or whatever, and he just, like, randomly is like, you know, you give off major virgin vibes. And I'm just like, I
Wait, the guy
genuinely
said that
like
to her?
don't know
Guy
what
said
to say, first of all. But also, like, who says such a thing to someone's face, especially when you really know them that well? And I'm also not a fucking virgin. Like, I don't know if I should be offended, or maybe I should take it as a compliment. I don't know. Any thoughts? What do you say in this scenario? Because this has happened to me like a month ago for the 4th time.
Insane.
Yeah. Also, I'm 24 years old, if that makes a difference. But yeah, I love you so much. You have been my favorite at Barstool for a long time right now.
So sweet.
Love you. Bye.
Nice.
She sounded young, so I actually
She
do
did.
appreciate that she put her age.
She sounded young, yeah, and I appreciate the age as well, 24. I think that this is a scenario that does happen a lot when guys want to say that they seem like naive, like young and naive.
Yeah, like innocent.
Innocent, yeah. People associate
It's
virginity
gross.
with it, which is gross. Thank you,
Yeah.
Gia. That's the point I'm trying to get to. Like, it's gross. It's perverted.
Yeah, it is
it's
perverted.
weird.
Yeah.
Like, the way guys talk about women who haven't had sex before, it's as if they're like a shiny new penny. It's
Yeah.
like, ooh, you're a virgin. Like,
Yeah.
the countdowns for people to turn 18 years old.
Yeah,
I
it's so
remember,
gross.
you were probably too young, Gia, but I remember when Mary-Kate and Ashley turned 18, and it was like national fucking news. As if they were going to turn 18 and pull their tits out on TV.
Yeah,
like, it
what?
was out fucking outrageous. It was so disgusting. Same thing happened with, is Charlie D'Amelio 18?
Yeah.
Same thing happened with her. I feel
Yeah.
people were like counting down for it. It's fucking gross. Like,
It
I
is
think
so
it's
gross.
disgusting. It's weird, but it's that like virgin thought
Yeah.
that like
Like
keeps
you're like a-
people
like a
getting excited
innocent
to,
angel.
exactly
Yeah,
like get
so
excited to be
gross.
legal and whatever, and it kind of goes hand in hand. And I think that whenever guys like meet a girl like this who's like maybe looks young or seems young or isn't so like overtly sexual, like just because a girl doesn't walk up to you and like start talking about sex and like, you know, trying to like fuck you doesn't mean that she's a virgin. It just means that she's trying to have a conversation and she's a normal person.
Right.
Like, don't ever say something like that to somebody, because I don't necessarily think it's an insult. It's certainly not an insult to not have to be a virgin and not have
Yeah,
had
no.
sex. Certainly not. But when guys say it like that,
It just
It's
just
like
comes off and
inappropriate.
yeah.
yeah,
It's just so unnecessary.
completely unnecessary.
So unnecessary, especially if it's like a first date vibe.
Weird.
the way that I would literally be like, "You're disgusting," and get up
Same.
and walk away.
I would leave. I
Yeah,
would leave.
I
I'd be
would
like,
so
"Oh."
leave. Yeah.
Like, what do
you
you
mean by that?
What's like the follow up to that? Also,
Yeah.
like you hear like, oh, ooh, like you just give me virgin vibes. Like, what am I supposed to say back to that? Yes, I am a virgin,
and you
or
give me
no, actually, I fuck
pervert
raw all the
vibes.
time.
Yeah,
Like, what do you fucking say?
Yeah,
it's
what?
gross.
Yeah,
it's
so
gross.
so
Men are
unnecessary.
disgusting as usual. But I hate that too. Like, I feel like older women will do that. Like girls my age, when they will meet younger guys, I'll see that same thing happen where they'll be like, ooh, like you're so young, like, or have you even had sex yet? Like that's just gross. Don't do it.
like,
No, it doesn't matter who you
The
are, girl or
concept
guy.
of virginity
Don't fucking do it.
I feel like I talk about this with my friends all the time, but the
Yeah.
concept of virginity is just so fucking weird, and
It's
it's like so
gross.
dated in my eyes. Like, who the fuck cares? It's a personal thing. If it's important to you, it's important to you, and if it's not, it's not. Like,
Completely.
whatever. Virginity, like, I feel like it's like a concept to like keep women like pure, like whatever.
$1,000,000,000.
So
Virginity
lame.
was so unimportant to
and
me.
like keep women from not being like like
yes.
feeling good in their sexuality.
Yes. And
Fuck
you know,
that.
in like old days, you know, whatever the time, you know, we're watching, if I'm watching like a Game of Thrones or a, you know, The Crucible or something like that. I'm trying to think of like old stuff.
Yeah.
Like if you weren't a virgin at a certain point, right, you were impure, you were gross, you were slutty,
Yeah.
you were a harlot, a harlequin, like, it's
Like, you
just,
get like killed.
exactly, it's fucking
Yeah.
nuts. Like it's just another way to control women's bodies as
Totally.
usual. Make sure that I hope you voted yesterday. Virginity is so unimportant to me. Like it was when I was hearing about it growing up, I remember hearing about it and being like, this is bullshit, and I'm just trying to get this the fuck out of the way, because
Yeah.
all anybody talks about is like, oh, this big build up for losing your virginity. It has to be someone special. It has to be something meaningful. It
It's
has to be
like
this.
the
No, it
w-
doesn't. It's
like
the worst
most-
sex you'll ever
Yeah,
have. Like,
exactly. It's
prepare
so
to get it out of the way
yeah.
and then move on
It's-
to find out what you actually like. Like it's not
Yes.
important
Yeah.
in that kind of thing. Like some people want it to be a memorable moment. Some people hold it to a high regard, and that's also fine. But if you don't, or you're confused about it and you're not sure like how you're supposed to feel
Yeah.
about it, know that it's not a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
It's never a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
Okay. This one is so interesting. This one is about this girl. Her ex is not leaving her alone,
Okay.
and that's interesting. Okay. I have thoughts. Okay.
Hey, Kelly. How on earth do I get my ex to stop trying to reach out to me? I've blocked him on every possible avenue that I could. And sometimes he just manages to make new accounts to work around those. I've sent him Venmo and Cash App and Apple Cash requests of like $1,000 to just try and tell him to fuck off and be like, hey, if you actually want to talk, you should pay me because my time and attention are not free. But no matter what, he, A, has not been paying the request, and B, no matter how many times I have blocked him and told him that I don't want to hear from him again, he continues to reach out. I was hoping you had some advice. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, I mean this is a shitty situation. I am confused, not confused, but I would never. I know this is a popular thing to do. I would never do that, like Venmo, Cash App.
Oh my god.
People do that shit all the time, and I guess I think I'm too old. Like I'm too old to like get that.
Yeah.
But I understand, like, all right, pay me $1,000 and we'll have a conversation. Like
Yeah.
that I understand.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, okay, yeah, if you want my time, pay for it. Sure. I don't think anybody's doing that. I
No.
think it's like, what's even the point
It's
to
kinda pointless,
to
yeah.
like do it? People are relentless. If you break up with somebody and they are just not accepting it and they want to keep reaching out, it also depends too on the kind of reaching out, because I'll admit that I was a very difficult person to break up with, that
Yeah.
I was reaching out a lot. I
I did that
was,
too.
you know, trying to write emails, big email girl, 3 a.m, write a lot of
No,
emails. Like,
not the
yeah,
emails.
which I didn't have to write emails. Like I
Yeah.
could have texted, but I just was like, this is more, I feel like it's less threatening. Like you wake up in the morning, you check your phone, and when texts are right there, it's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
But if it's an email, it's like, oh, I'll get to it later. Like it's kind of being like, oh, on your
Yeah.
own time, answer my email. But that went on for a long fucking time. Like the emails, I never got my email blocked, but I did get my phone number blocked. And that was more of like I wasn't incessant, but I was persistent, I would say. Like it was every couple of days, every couple of weeks, like something I would always pop up. Yeah. Which is mean and not something you should do, especially if somebody doesn't want to talk to you. Never let yourself do that. Like I think back to that and I feel embarrassed. I'm like, fuck, I'm so mortified. Like I could have done better. I could have been moving on with myself. Instead, I was just wallowing and trying to plan out like when I could reach out to this person. So if somebody's reaching out to you like that and they're like so sad and depressed and whatever, which was always like my energy.
Yeah.
That in that case, I think it's fine to have a conversation. Like, listen, I know you're upset. I know you're sad, but you can't be like taking this out on me anymore. Like you can't, I need to move on too. It was hard for me to do what I needed to do. And you're making this harder for both of us. We need to like, you need to get some help. Like maybe snitch to one of their friends, like be like, hey, listen, well, you know, your friend is not leaving me alone. Cause the minute your friends get involved and they know what the sketchy shit that you're up to
like
is, you get embarrassed. Yeah. You're like, oh fuck. Like my friends know about all my really embarrassing 3 a.m. emails. Fuck. It's like so mortifying. But, those conversations, they need to happen and they need to be final. And but don't feel bad about blocking him on social media. Don't feel bad about blocking his phone number if that's what's helping you. Like if those messages are obnoxious, whatever, then it's too much. On the flip side, if they're harassing you, then I would say just like embarrass them to death. Like I always go for like the embarrassment route. Like you're not going to call the police. Like he's not stalking you, but if he's texting you constantly and like won't leave you alone and saying dumb shit and just whatever, like start posting screenshots. I don't know. Like start posting screenshots, tag him, be like, hey, like this man is so fucking obsessed with me still. Like he won't leave me alone. Like maybe this will embarrass him. Like maybe this will get him to stop. Like I don't know.
TikTok.
Like
I feel like people do
mean?
that on TikTok all the time.
People do it on TikTok all the time. I'm big on Instagram. I post screenshots on Instagram all the time to take the wind out of people's sails. It's like my favorite thing. So I don't know. Those are things that I would do in those situations. Have a little bit of a heart, but also be firm-handed. And sometimes you just have to do that. Sometimes you just have to let somebody know what the fuck is up because people don't get it. People don't want to hear it. And I know because I've been there and it sucks. Okay. This next one I've named Back to December because she talks about Taylor Swift in it.
Okay, not to bring Taylor Swift back into the chat, but after last week's episode, I decided to listen to Speak Now for the first time in a long time, and Back to December came on, and I'm in a very stable relationship right now, and I slowly started bawling my eyes out. I felt like I had been broken up with, my life was over, and that's honestly just the power of Taylor Swift. She took me back to those dark days when that song really related to me. But in that moment, I was transcended back to those times. And I felt like you guys would appreciate that. And honestly, after I called my boyfriend, he's like, are you good? And I'm like, no, I'm not. Taylor Swift just ruined my day with this song that I hadn't heard in a long time. So that's what I have to say. Okay, bye.
Yeah, I used to
love it.
Listen to Back to December and think about my freshman year of high school ex-boyfriend.
Of course. Of course. Everybody has somebody assigned to Back to December.
Yeah.
Everybody does. And that is the power of music, though. Obviously, this is a Taylor Swift specific one, which is why I chose it. But a lot of music will bring you back to a certain time and place and make you re-feel the feelings that you felt at the time. And sometimes you want it and other times you don't. Every once in a while, I'll be wallowing and I'll go take a walk or whatever. And I'll put on my sad playlist that makes me think of the fall time and when I was sad. And I'll let myself feel sad in that moment. And it kind of feels cathartic a little bit after the fact. Other times I'm in a good fucking mood and one of my sad ass songs will come on shuffle.
I don't
and I'll
want to hear
no,
this.
fuck off. No, I want to keep this good mood. I want to keep this life. I don't want to feel shit today.
There's certain songs I just can't listen to.
You just can't do it, no. And then you only dip into them when you're really
when
wallowing.
I'm
really
when
you're
down
already been
dumps.
crying for an hour and you're I might as well.
Yeah, might as well just rip my heart out of my chest.
Just get it all out.
Yeah.
Just really just squeeze out every last tear.
Totally.
So yeah, but that's good. But Taylor Swift is very good for that.
Yeah. Yeah. There will always be certain songs that I associate with certain people
forever
from her discography.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. All right. I did we say this last time? I forget if I was having a conversation in real life as well about trying to reassign
we did
the
talk
old songs.
about that.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a hard time with that, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to reassign some of the songs to people that I know now to make it more relevant so I can feel it harder.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really hard, but I don't know. I can't be calling up my
I know.
my high school boyfriend
Yeah.
fuck you
I miss
again.
you.
No, I can't do it. Okay. This one is about quitting your job.
Hello, Kelly Keegs. I'm just calling in to say that in 6 weeks, I am officially quitting my job that I absolutely hate, and I'm going to go travel the world for a few months and go pursue my passion. So to all the other people out there who are too afraid to make that next step, I'm going to do it, and I promise you I'm going to do it, so you should do it as well. Okay, bye.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Love
Quitting
it.
your job is like the hardest thing you could possibly do. I
It's
feel like.
so hard.
Yeah.
And if you set yourself up right to do it, I feel like this is amazing. This is motivational, especially for anybody who's super miserable at their job. If you are able to quit your job and do something else, maybe you can't like go travel for a month. This is obviously the dream. Like you quit the job you hate, you travel for a month, figure your life out, start following your passions. The dream. If you can set yourself up like that, do it for sure. If you're not quite set up for that, like I've never been set up in a place where I can just quit my job. Like never. I've always been poor and broke and like, eating Cheerios for dinner, like every time. But I have had jobs where I've wanted to do that. I've wanted to just disappear for a million years or whatever. And in those situations, I just kind of like, I think about what's to come. I think about like, what are my next moves? What can I do on the side that'll help me eventually get to where I need to be and things like that. But if you are confident that you'll be okay if you quit your job and you move on to something new, and maybe you have the luxury of being able to move home or have help or whatever, why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Do it.
Totally
do it.
agree.
Don't waste time being miserable, especially at a job. Like I wasted a lot of time miserable at jobs. Like I'm glad I followed the path I followed, just because it obviously has led me to where I am now. But I think I wasted a lot of time doing shit I hated.
Yeah.
So
I was with like a couple of my friends, and when he was talking about that he's gonna quit his job, and I was like, oh, like congrats, like that's like a big step.
Yeah.
You know, like that's a hard step to take. My other friend was like, why the fuck did you just say congrats? Because it's like it's not
a
a
big
bad
deal.
thing.
No, if you
It's
quit
like,
your job, it means that you've
it means that
outgrown
like,
it and you're moving on.
like, it's brave, like very
Super brave.
courageous to
It's
like
so
quit your
brave.
job and try to start something new.
It is so hard, right? It's so
Yeah.
hard to quit. Even the conversation, just having the conversation,
Yeah.
like I quit, is
I
so
know.
hard. Like
I feel
it
like
doesn't
I would
happen like
cry.
the movies where it's like I quit and you
Yeah,
leave.
yeah,
Like you have to have
no,
like
it's,
a
like, very
you have to
awkward.
set up a meeting. You have to think
Yeah.
about it all day. You
Yeah.
have to go inside, like
Yeah.
sweaty palms. It's terrible. It's the worst. All right, last one. This one is wedding plans. This one is out of the ordinary for me for sure.
Hi, Kelly. My name is Haley, and I'm a
Haley.
longtime fan of yours, especially after Because You Got High. I missed that show. I love that you
Shout
have
out.
your own show now, so we can keep hearing your thoughts. Your comments are the most entertaining.
Thank you. girl.
I wanted to
So nice.
hear, I just got married, actually twice, to the same guy, I promise. But we ended up doing 2 weddings, 1 family, 1 destination. So we had the traditional wedding, and then we had just a big party with all our best friends. And I did that because I had been in so many weddings as a bridesmaid that I was like, well, we're going to go on vacation for my wedding if we're going to if we're going to do this. And I've seen you be a bridesmaid so many times. And I'm just curious to know what your wedding looks like. What are your thoughts about wedding? What does that look like in your world? If Kelly could have her perfect wedding, I want to know all the details while I'm still riding this wedding high. Maybe 6 months later, I won't want to know. But since you've also been there, done that as a bridesmaid, I want to know what your world looks like as a bride. Okay, lots of love to ya. Hope to hear from you. Bye.
What a question. This question, number one, stopped me in my tracks because I don't think anyone has asked me my thoughts on like being a bride in a long fucking time. Like people, because I've been so vocally hating it for so long that no one even bothers asking. I also think that I love this girl's energy. She's just so excited and like just she's just so like gushy and full of love that I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I felt bad right away because when she started talking and like in my head I was like, oh no, wedding stuff, like oh no, whatever. I've become such a like monster like gremlin who talks shit about marriage and weddings and whatever, and in reality like I don't actually care that much. Like sometimes I'll get hype on things that maybe have hurt my feelings somehow, like maybe I am projecting in a way or whatever. Like I don't know, I'm trying to think of a good example. Like if I get mad about a situation with a guy and I'm like really over the top about it, I'm really yelling and I feel super passionate and like blah, blah, blah. It's probably happened to me and I'm now using this as an excuse to like get my own frustrations out.
Right.
Sometimes when I'm talking shit about things like weddings and whatever, it's a little bit of like an insecurity thing where it's like, what the fuck? Yeah. Like why not me? Which I don't necessarily, I don't sit around all day long wishing to get married anymore. I used to when I was younger. I was like dying to get married. I just wanted a wedding. I wanted to wear the dress. I wanted to do the whole thing. Now that I've been to so many weddings, as she politely pointed out, it's not really what I want anymore. It's not the type of thing I want, just because they all seem the same to me. Like even like my best friends' weddings were all so unique and so different, and they like I watched them care so much about making their weddings stand apart. And they definitely did in location and experiences and whatever. Like everybody did like such a good job making them all like a unique, memorable experiences. But at the same time, like the bones of a wedding are still the same. So it's just kind of like ultimately, if you break it down, like there was good food, good dancing, had fun. I was hungover the next day. Whoop. Like that's it. We all wore the same dresses. Like that's basically like kind of how it goes. And in my head, I just don't really want that because I like different things. Like I like to be different, and I'm not saying that in a way of like I'm not like other girls. I like absurdity. I love a pomp and circumstance moment. Like I just love like things that are outlandish, I think, and different and shocking and like stuff like that I think is more exciting to me than like the real reason behind a wedding, which is like two people falling in love. Like I want it to be like a fucking show. Like so if I were to get married, there are two scenarios. One is if I'm poor and I'm in love and it doesn't matter like what the wedding is and whatever. Then in that case, I want to get married like on a cliffside somewhere beautiful in like a white slip dress with just my fiance and the officiant and really nothing else. Like I don't want my family there. I don't want like anybody there. It's just like a sweet, intimate moment, because being so like sweet and intimate and vulnerable in front of like a crowd of people to me is torture.
Oh
like
my
it's
God.
torture. I think about walking down an aisle and it like I'll get hives. Like I've never thought that before, but even when I'm like a bridesmaid or I'm in the audience and I watch the bride about to come down the aisle, I'm holding my breath. I can't breathe. I'm like, I hope she doesn't trip. I hope something doesn't happen. Like, I'm just terrified of that.
I agree.
And it just seems like a lot of pressure. Like, I think I would faint.
It's
like,
a lot of pressure. And it's a lot of pressure to, like, be, like, vulnerable in front of your partner, like, in front of, like, your mom and dad.
Right, exactly. Like, my parents are there. Their parents are there. Like, all my friends are there.
Yeah.
And, of course, like, all your friends, like, nobody's judging you. Nobody's being like, oh, what a fucking loser. Like,
but, like, it's
oh,
like
wow,
your
you're
brain.
in love.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what a freak. Like, nobody's thinking that. Everyone is like, so happy for your love that's there and whatever. But I just like it's so overwhelming to me that I don't like the idea of it.
I agree.
That's one scenario. Second scenario is I'm filthy fucking rich. Okay, I'm like a billionaire. Like just so much money, it's falling out of my ass. And I fly everyone that I know and want at this wedding out on some kind of plane, either a private plane or I buy everybody's tickets or something. I fly them to some like remote location, maybe in Europe, maybe on an island, I don't know where. And we have like a fucking banger. Like it's just the biggest, most absurd. It's basically Cirque du Soleil, but it's my wedding. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
that'd
it's
be
just
sick.
fucking insane.
Yeah.
And maybe, you know, for 20 minutes, we talk a little bit about like the wedding and the speeches and we throw some confetti around and whatever. Like that's basically it. But I want it to be like a rager with like different things set up, like drugs everywhere. Like I just want it to be crazy.
That sounds sick.
And those are the two options of my wedding. Those are the only two at this point in my life. That's all I'm down for. But I used to want like a big like Cinderella dress down the aisle. I wanted to like wear a crown. Like I was like all about it. And it just, to me now, I'm like, no, I've seen too many episodes of Say Yes to the Dress where it's just been overplayed that I can't stand it. I have to be different.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about that. How do you feel about weddings generally?
I want to get married.
Yeah.
I like love the idea of like getting like a rock and like,
I like that too. I love the jewelry
just, like,
aspect of
yeah,
it. Yes.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I want to, even if I don't get married, I want a fucking ring. I want a ring.
I love the like costume of it. You know what I
Totally.
mean? Just
Totally.
like
That's
wearing
how I feel
a
the
beautiful
same.
dress.
Mhm.
I want like at least like 5 outfit changes.
Love it.
I want like
Yes.
very cute, unique dresses. I want my dress in general to be like the most unique. I want to wear white.
Of course,
I know
yeah.
it's like whatever, but
No, you gotta wear white. Like
Yeah.
I know other people wear different colors, and you can wear
Yeah.
different colors and different
but I
outfits.
think
But you
a
gotta have at
white-
least
a
one white.
dress is just like very classy.
That's the move,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And you know, I don't know if I exactly want a lot of people at like the ceremony.
Mhm.
I think maybe like 50 people.
Yeah,
but I
think that's
want
good.
a lot of people at the reception.
That
That's
makes a
like
lot
the
of
party
sense.
part, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which makes total sense, and
Yeah.
I agree with you in
Yeah.
that sense completely.
Yeah, just like I want to hire like a DJ that I know is good
Mm-hmm.
and just have it like be so fun. No kids.
No
No one
kids.
under the age of whatever if maybe the drinking age changes, but no one under the age of 20.
Yeah, honestly,
Because
right.
I don't
if,
want
if
like
you can't
kids
drink,
like
you can't come
throwing
to this
up.
wedding.
Yeah. No.
If you can't drink, you can't come to the wedding. And also, if you haven't like cut your teeth on drinking yet, you can't come either. Like
Yeah.
it can't be your first beer. You know?
Yeah, no,
Can't be.
exactly.
No, not on my
my
house.
watch.
No,
yeah,
no.
exactly. So yeah, I would like it to be like a little extravagant, but very classy.
Yes.
Just like
What I love a classy situation. Like
yeah.
I almost want it to be like
Just, like,
twinkling lights, like
I
glass
want like
and gold
really
and
beautiful flower arrangements.
yeah, like
And
ethereal
yeah.
almost.
Yeah. But
Like
I
just-
can never decide on where I would like to do it.
I
Like
feel the
there's so
same.
many different places where I would be okay with doing it, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
But like I would like to do it like on Martha's Vineyard.
Totally.
But then I would also like to do like a Italy.
Italy for sure. Italy always pops in my head.
Yeah.
Like I always am like Lake Como. I've never even been there, but I'm just like I know that's where I want to
No,
get
I
married.
know. And there's like there's this like villa that you can have like 60 it's like you can rent it out during the day, so there's like people around whatever.
Yeah.
But you can have like 50 people for like I don't know, I forget how much it was, but like it wasn't as expensive as I thought it was, and I was like, "Oh, that would be nice."
Yeah.
But I want like everyone to be able to come.
I agree,
So
which
that's
is why I'm like I have
was
to be
like,
rich to
I'll
fly
just-
everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
If I'm
I
like
do something like
if I'm
that.
loaded, I'm flying everyone on private jets. We're going to
Totally.
Italy. That's exactly where I'm getting married.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it also depends on where Francesca gets married.
That's so true. That's so
Because
true.
I
Does she
don't
think she'll steal
wanna-
Italy first?
I
Can't
think
be the
she's
same.
gonna do Martha's Vineyard.
That would be that to me would make more sense. For her love. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would
I
make
think
sense.
it would make most sense
for all of her friends and stuff.
Yes.
Although I would love. Well, one of you has to get married, so I can in Italy, so I can come to Italy.
Maybe
'Cause-
JB, because he's like
Oh yeah. Oh, well, that's
doing
perfect.
Italian business school. and all
Exactly.
that
Oh
stuff.
yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
Do you think he'd get married like in a city though? Like is he in
Yeah.
Rome right now?
He's in Milan.
Milan.
Yeah.
Okay. But like,
Yeah.
do you think he'd get married like in Milan? Like
I
that
think
would be so chic.
I think he would be very chic because he like loves fashion
Cool.
and stuff.
Oh
so
yeah,
he-
hell yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wow, I
so,
can't wait for all
and
of
it's gonna
all
be a
of your weddings.
competition of the Mariano children of who gets what location.
Yeah, exactly.
First. And my parents are
Who gets
gonna be screwed.
what beautiful Italian like
Yeah,
villa first?
yeah,
Yeah. God, jealous. Well, whatever one is not taken, I'll
That's
just
like
take the last
knock
one.
on wood. Like if everything would go perfectly.
Of course,
but,
yeah.
You know, I'm also
course.
like I would love like something like a very cool barn would be really cool too. I think
Barn. I'm not a barn. You
Yeah.
know why?
not
Because
like a country, but like
a rustic,
like a rustic
nice
vibe. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
like
yeah.
Lake
one that's been like
Tahoe,
repurposed.
yes, exactly. That's more what I
yes.
mean.
Those
Yeah,
are a
yeah.
lot nicer. Those are a
Yeah.
lot nicer.
Yeah.
The it's not the barn so much as the driftwood, which I hate. Like
Yeah,
you know how
no, no,
driftwood
no.
like became a big
Yeah.
a big wedding thing for a long time. I'm
Yeah.
always talking shit about this with my besties, and I'm always like whenever I see these bitches like posting pictures from their wedding, they'll always post pictures of like the table numbers or the walk this way or whatever.
Yeah,
and
I
it's
don't
always
want any
like
of that
driftwood.
cheesy stuff. Yeah,
what
yeah.
the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah.
It just drives me nuts. But people love that shit. People
Yeah.
love
I want a
to go
big
full basic.
seafood bar.
Yeah. Ooh,
Oysters,
like a big
lobsters,
tower.
crabs, everything, clams.
I would love a good oyster right now.
Yeah.
Fuck. I
Oh,
haven't
yeah,
had good
that sounds
oysters in a
good.
while. Little cocktail
If you need
sauce.
some recommendations, I'll let
Actually,
you know because I'm like
I would love-
constantly getting some oysters.
I would love some
Yeah.
Rex. But can I tell you something? I just lied to you. I had great oysters
Oh.
last week at the Chelsea Hotel Chelsea.
Oh.
They have like, what are they? Martini oysters. Oysters
Ooh.
martini. And they taste like a martini basically. They don't have.
They have vodka in them, or
Yeah, there's like vodka, like a little bit of vodka, and I want to say like the brine, and you shoot them.
Yum.
God, they were delicious. They were
Yum.
good. They were surprising,
I'll
and
have
I
to
was
get those.
drunk
Yeah.
afterwards, and I didn't realize. I like forgot. I was
That's
like, oh,
hilarious.
there's no vodka in here, but I
Yeah.
ate like 8, so it was like a couple shots probably by the
I love
end.
that.
It was very good, very
Yeah,
good.
I need to try
Chelsea
that.
Hotel Chelsea. I forget which one it is. But yeah, so I don't know. I thought I liked that question. I thought it was fun. It was fun to think about and shed some positive light
Yeah.
on weddings and
Yeah.
marriage and such, because I am very negative about it usually, but I don't mean to be. It's not all bad. I'm just, like I said, projecting probably. So, okay, we'll answer a couple of these and then we'll wrap it up. I got a lot of shy people as well. Thank you so much for everybody that called in for the voicemails. That was amazing. I loved the conversations that we had out of it. Whenever you want to leave a voicemail, go ahead. 551-258-3436. Okay, so the difference between the voicemails, which are well thought out and really nice and always like sweet, whatever, versus like the responses when I post on Instagram. The response on Instagram are like, your opinion on pegging. I'm like, okay. Like we just had these like, you know,
It's
adult
classic,
conversations
right,
about the perception of virginity and what do we really want out of a wedding and
classic.
what do you think about pegging?
Yeah, classic.
I don't know. I think do whatever you want to do. I don't
Yeah,
give a fuck about
literally.
pegging. Like I don't give a fuck.
I don't
like
give a fuck about
just
pegging.
don't care. I just don't care. A lot of Nick Cannon and his babies. Let's see. A lot of if you fuck 2 fingers or fist. Like I just hate hate people.
People just have the audacity, especially when it comes to Instagram.
I
DM.
hate them so much.
Yeah.
I hate them so much. Right. It's like I can see who you are. Like these are whatever. Someone asked about my love life. I hint at my love life sometimes.
Yeah.
I've learned my lesson. I'm pretty quiet about it.
Yeah.
I was loud about my love life and then I got my heart broken. And so I'm no longer loud about my love life. But you know, I'm all right. I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
I switch around. Like you know, I have a few suitors, you could say. You never know. Well, it depends on the day, to be honest. Depends on if they're, you know, tolerating me at the moment. Let's see. A lot of dating stuff. How did you get into dating in your mid-20s? Never really done it before. I have no fucking idea how you would even get into dating right now. Like in your mid-20s. Like I am so like far out of it. And it's not that I am like not open to dating. I just have never been an apps person. And I feel like that's the only way to do things now. I don't know. But people, I guess, talk to people in public now. People, I feel like I've heard more stories
I can't
lately.
approach anyone at the bar ever.
Me
I'm
neither.
like
Me
literally
neither.
the most antisocial person when it comes to that stuff.
Same.
I
I never am
just-
approaching. I love to be approached. I'll give you eyeballs. Like
yeah,
approach
yeah,
me.
yeah,
Like
yeah. I
approach
will
me
stare
now.
across the
Like I'll
room,
do
but
that.
that's like my approaching. Is just
Me too.
looking across the room and hoping
staring.
that they see.
Yeah, staring incessantly until you
Yeah.
come over. And if
Yeah.
you don't, then I'm like personally offended for a week at least. I'm pissed.
But like friends of friends is what I always think. Like
Friends of
I
friends,
have,
yeah.
That's which is hard because a lot of people in New York like don't really have like big friend groups. But like my whole high school guy friend group is like basically in New York. So
that's nice.
Meeting their friends.
Their
is nice.
friends always. Yeah, friends of friends is always good.
Yeah. Because then you know that they're not like murderers.
Right. You know they're normal. You know that they're going to have a good time. And also make sure that they are like distant friends of friends that you don't hang out with all the time. Because let's say you hook up and things don't work out eventually, then it's like
you
every
don't
time you go to
wanna-
the group hang, you don't want to have to avoid. But like, but don't,
Story
you know,
of
just
my
don't
life.
get too, right. Seriously. Seriously. But don't limit yourself.
Yeah.
Don't limit yourself. Someone says, how long do you have sexy dreams about an ex after a breakup? Am I haunted for life? I think that is just like, that shit just happens. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like that's just I don't know what it is, but like
Until you forget about them subconsciously. I don't know. I think that it's hard to, when you're attracted to someone, just because you break up doesn't mean necessarily that you're not attracted to them anymore.
Yeah,
Maybe
totally.
you don't, it's like your personality, whatever, and it didn't just work out. But I think that you could still find exes hot. Like personally, I think some of my exes I think are hot. Some of them I think are fucking hideous, and I can't believe I ever dated them in the first place. But a lot of them I'm like, all right, you're still
exactly.
hot.
And you're like your brain like
just because you suck.
Yeah.
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 It's
There's
tough.
nothing wrong with that.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Just don't then like read into it and like start to miss them for real. Like remember,
Right.
it's just a sex dream. Like it's not a
Right.
big deal. Do you practice mindfulness or like self-hypnosis or meditation? I don't, and I wish that I did.
I
do
can.
not.
I'll never be able to be that
No.
type of person.
Occasionally, or I had a stint where I tried to do like meditation to go to sleep. They have those like sleep things on Spotify. I forget what they are. It's like sleep stories or something, and it's like a guided meditation into sleep, and then it shuts off. I tried those for a little while. They work sometimes. They work for a lot of people. They did not really work for me long term. So we stick with Harry Potter on Audible, and that is how it goes. Let's see. There was a couple good ones that I liked. Oh, okay. My sister-in-law's boyfriend sucks, arrogant, materialistic, and boring. What do I do?
That's always tough.
That's really tough.
Yeah.
First, you got to get on the same page with your
Sibling.
fiance or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a sister-in-law. Sister-in-law's boyfriend. So I think it's like fiance or husband's sister, her boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
Which, like, see if he hates her too, or hates the boyfriend too.
That's a unique situation. I thought it
Yeah.
was the siblings.
No, if it's a sibling, you
Right.
just be like, I fucking hate.
Yeah.
I hate your boyfriend. There was another one over here too that was like, I hate my friend's boyfriend. What do I do? That's always the case where it's like, just wait it out. Like,
Yeah.
wait it out. It's hard to say things
They'll
unless
see
they
the light eventually.
they
I feel
will.
like, yeah.
And unless this person's doing like terrible things, then
Yeah.
you can speak up and be like, he's doing terrible things. He's
Yeah.
an asshole.
Yeah.
But people are weird about it. People don't want to
Yeah.
open their eyes to
Yeah, it's
certain
hard
things.
because if you like try to be honest, and like your friend's just not gonna take it in the way that you
Yeah.
hope that they do. So it's better kind of just to bitch about it to maybe another friend, and then hope that your friend comes through.
Completely. This sister-in-law boyfriend thing is tough. I think that's another one. Just let it
Yeah.
play out and
I feel like
talk
that's
shit about
like
it with
an-
your husband or fiance,
yeah,
like whoever.
yeah.
Like that's
like an
fun.
avoidable thing too. Like
Yeah.
it's like a
Yeah, you don't have to be
next,
like
next, yeah.
besties. Like
Yeah.
maybe they try to get them to go on like double
Oh.
dates or dinners and stuff like that all the time.
I'm
In that
busy.
case, it's like, again, let him show his true colors. Like it's
Yeah.
gonna be a nightmare. How do I get my boyfriend to propose?
If he hasn't, like,
yeah.
you shouldn't like get your boyfriend to propose.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's no. That's another thing about engagements and marriage and whatever. Women, a lot of women talk about it in the way that it's like, he better propose. I gotta give him an ultimatum. How do I get him to propose? How do I trick him into proposing? Like I trapped him. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's like you can make those jokes, but some of them are very serious about it. Like some of them are like, I need to make a plan to get my boyfriend to propose to me. And it's like, if your
It's like,
boyfriend
he
is so
should want
stupid that he
to- yeah,
doesn't
what?
get it, then
Yeah.
he's not for you, girl.
And he should be like so excited and like dying
Totally.
to propose and like setting it up and like.
And maybe guys just don't get that like excitement for
Yeah.
it, but I don't know. But again, it puts so much pressure on like marriage and engagements and proposals and whatever. It's like, remember, this is your life. Like this is
Yeah.
your love life. Just because you have a ring on your finger doesn't mean that like the love behind it isn't the most important part of
Right.
it. That's how I feel.
And you could just also always have just like a conversation like, hey, like I'm ready to settle down.
Yeah.
Like I'm ready to get married. And if you're not, then we need to figure something
Yeah,
out.
so we need to talk about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
right, exactly. Have conversations. Always have
Yeah.
conversations. Last one we'll do. So what was your musical upbringing and how did that lead you to Taylor Swift? I thought that was a really good question. My musical upbringing was constant music in the house. Both of my parents love music. My dad is very musical. He can play the guitar, and he was in a band and with
That's
his
cool.
brother. Oh yeah, the local boys with a Z.
I love that.
They had oh my god, you'll love this because you were there. They have a sign and it's in my basement currently, and the sign, it says local boys, and the font is kind of like, it's kind of like Asian writing.
Yeah.
Like, you know how it's like like an old kung fu movie.
Okay.
Like those, that kind
Yeah,
of,
yeah.
that style, right? Local boys with a Z. In the middle, it's a fist that punches in the middle, and it's wearing a ring, and the ring has an M on it. The M stands for Manasquan.
Oh, awesome.
Because they would play on the shore.
That's
And they were like
hilarious.
shore people. So
Oh my
it was
God,
like,
I
I'll
love
take a
that.
photo of it. I'll have my dad send me a picture
Yeah,
of it
yeah,
and we'll
you
post
totally
it because
should.
it's fantastic. It's hanging up in my basement.
Yeah.
Whatever. So my dad is very musical. My mom loves music as well. They both like all kinds of music, like just genres everywhere, rock and roll, top hits, country, sad, anything. Like just, it doesn't matter. My parents love it. And I think that my dad specifically has made it a point growing up to like show me all of these different musics, all the music styles, all these different artists, all these different people, and just kind of like wanted me to like everything that they liked, but which was easy because they like everything. So it was
Yeah.
kind of like whatever. So I like music that they don't like. I don't think that it's the same vice versa. Like I like everything that they like pretty much. And I've just since then expanded my, what I like as far as music. Taylor Swift, I tried to think about this last night when the first time I like heard her was, and I can't think of it. I have no idea the
No
first time I ever
idea.
heard Taylor
Our
Swift.
song.
Teardrops on My Guitar, I'm sure.
Yeah, our Teardrops on My Guitar.
I just don't know when. I remember listening to her in my car all the time. And I remember early Taylor Swift, my dad wasn't like so crazy about, but he didn't dislike it. My mom liked it a lot because it was country version, and
Yeah.
she loves country. And from there, it just, became obsessed with her. And so my parents just appreciated the fact that I liked her, and
Yeah.
they liked that I like something so much that has to do with music. And they're very supportive.
Yeah, that's
My
nice.
mom bought me the 4 Taylor Swift vinyls that go into the clock that.
That's
She like bought the
awesome.
clock thing and
Yeah.
the thing. And I was like, first of all, that's a lot. Thank you.
Yeah.
But also she was like, I just knew that you'd like it. I was like, you're
Aw,
right.
that's very
I
sweet.
would like it. So I'm really
Yeah.
excited. I'm seeing them in a couple weeks. They're seeing my apartment for the first time. And
Aw,
I'm
yay.
going to put it up, I think. And
Yeah,
it's going
you
to be
should.
great. It's going to be great. But I thought that was a good question. A lot of good questions. Some I didn't get to, but I'll save them for another day. What a lovely day. What a lovely episode. Thank you so much for everybody who contributed to this, all the conversations we had. I look forward to having more in the future. Gia, I hope you have a lovely rest of your week.
Thank you. You too, Kelly.
Thank you so much. And remember, store it at barstoolsports.com to get your own sweaters and keep an eye out for the dozen live trivia tickets in Boston.